people started respecting, skit makers because they started posting their house and cars that they buy. Normally, on a normal day, they don't go really think, say, make them put them for AMVCA.
There's been like an influx of content creators recently, and a lot of them are cross-dressing.
It's a lazy job, and these people want fast money. But right now, the way content creators they hustle like this, hey, Netflix go hear word. If they enter Netflix like this, Nollywood no go see space.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's a new episode of Freaky Table, and I'm super excited about this one because the person I have on set today, she's not a normal person. But before I introduce the guest, it's important to note that I'm not alone as per usual. I have Jean in the studio with me, looking pretty in denim.
Oh, I love it.
Yes, it's really nice.
I love it.
You should love it, darling.
All denims respected.
Yeah,
So-
wow. Our guest today on the show she's just fun. That's the best way to put, her in a box, but not to put her in a box, anyways. She is a content creator. She is an actor. She is a producer, an influencer per excellence. Literally, this lady can influence anything. Bring it to her, she will sell it. I like to call her a marketer because when she's influencing your brand or your products or whatever it is, she acts like all those marketers in the East. That is how she, with passion and love in her heart. That's how you know that I have a good influencer on this brand. Ladies and gentlemen, you know her as Floxy Florendo, but some of you also know her as Miz Gabbie. I mean, I know her as Gabbie, ladies and gentlemen. Miz Gabbie is in the studio with us.
Introduction come dey long. I come dey wonder when I go clap. They come dey introduce me, I never clap. Thank God he reached my hand. Thank the Lord.
Thank you for coming, Gabbie. Give us small Floxy impression.
Hi everybody, my name is Flora, aka Floxy Florendo, your number one downstairs neighbor, the number one in your compound. My darlings, hi, child out.
I can't do
Oh, this camera on my special side in the peak. This side no too good. Thank.
Oh my goodness. All right, I feel like I'm going to laugh throughout this episode, but it's what it is. Gabbie, how are you, girl? What's popping?
I'm good. Everything is popping. My makeup is popping.
You look good.
Thank you.
How is it? You've been in so many movies though. How is Nollywood treating?
Nollywood. I mean, it's amazing. Yeah. This year has been good to me. I've been getting a lot of opportunities, and that's what we're praying for. You understand? We're just praying for when the money will start rolling with it. Because right now the money is not rolling that much, but we're praying for the best.
Yes, darling. I love it. It's the attitude for me. It's what it is. All right. So today's conversation is quite interesting for me, to be honest, because I mean you're on that table as much as a lot of other content creators, right? Okay. Basically, we're talking about cross-dressing as it concerns, content creators, comedy, and just try to be funny, being. What's the word? Trying to be funny whilst cross-dressing. So, I mean, ladies who are content creators dressing as guys, to pass, whatever message across, like the likes of you, Taoma, and the list goes on and on. And of course, male content creators who dress as women to be able to pass whatever message across. I mean, Kitabiolas, Vikaloma, I could call so many names of people who do that as well. So let's start from the very beginning, right? Why did it get to a point for you? And I want you to speak as Miz Gabbie, right? Okay. The content creator, because you really can't speak for a lot of people. But I mean, you're in the industry regardless, and I think that you have a pretty good idea as to why that is. Why do you, at some point, decide that, okay, I could dress up like a guy and do my content?
Oh. I mean, I think first of all, what made me start, why I started, doing the cross-dressing and call it, okay. I was looking for somebody to play a character with Flora, and it was very difficult to get somebody. Yeah. The way I wanted the person to act, the person I was trying to groom to do it, it was just making it very difficult. Right. And I just looked at myself in the mirror and say, almost Zelly, is there something you cannot do? I say nothing. Is there anything you decide to do? Literally, this is what I did. Okay. And I'm serious about it. It sounds funny, but I looked at myself and I reminded myself who I was. I know, I just wanted to say that line came out well. But I just thought of doing it myself when I was teaching the guy what to do. The guy was not doing it, so I started doing it myself. And already I had this persona that I use with my friends that I used to tease them and say, oh, baby, you want to go house with me? I get some, So it just came naturally because I already knew what I wanted. So that's how I actually started. Somebody was messing up my shoots. I decided to do it myself.
Interesting stuff.
Yeah.
That sounds very good. But then again, that's why you decided to start doing it.
Yes.
And I love that you said that. But there is a conversation. There's been a conversation on social media. A lot of people have been of the ideology that you don't need to dress as a man or as a woman to be funny, right? As for a man, you don't have to dress like a woman to be funny, and as a woman, you don't need to dress like a man to to be funny, right? You can pass the message across, or like you said in your own words, you were trying to groom somebody or get somebody, but it didn't work, right? You can get somebody to do that. You've rightly said one thing, which is you were trying to find someone to play that character, but it wasn't working. Is there any other reason you think that might justify the reason why some content creators would rather cross-dress and do their thing themselves? I mean, okay, for example.
So not everybody wanted to groom somebody.
Yes, obviously.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Yes.
I mean, if you can show me where they wrote it in the comedy book, any chapter where they wrote, the rules and regulations that says you must be a woman and play a woman to be funny. No, there's no rule. Yeah. Anything I want to do and I think that my audience will like it, it will be funny. Some people, it's intentional for them. They just sat down and think and say, if I be man, I no go funny. And these days, why we have a lot of men doing it is because women, we have so many mannerisms that is funny, our attitude. There are some things you cannot say a man is doing in comedy, but when you say he's a woman, everybody can relate and it is very funny. So I don't think that anybody should put any rules and regulation saying you don't need to cross-dress to make it funny. If I cross-dress and it is funny,
then it's funny.
Then it's funny. If you cross-dress and it is funny, then it is funny. I think most times it's insecure people. Most times they are scared. They say, this person can do what I wish I can do. Honestly, yes. Most times they just look at it, we don't do these things since. But since another person don't they do them, no. It don't make sense. So I think sometimes it's just bitterness and bad belly.
But how do you think that at the end of the day, I think all of us here are not working for our family, like for our family to clap for us. So we're working, the content goes way beyond our, family houses. And so how do you think that the perception, how has the audience, the population or the people, how have they received you as the character?
People watch Madia. And Madia, na man.
Yes.
People play it and watch, what's that, Dark Mad, Diary of a Black Mad Woman, Madia day inside. Everybody loved it. Everybody was like, it's funny. It is comedy. It is creative. What be your question again? Now, wait till I try to think back.
how the people received you?
Oh, how people have received me. People have received it well. I get people in the comment section saying, you don't have to do this, but majority of my fans, they love it. They know it is comedy. They enjoy it. So I have people who know me, who just reach out to me and say, you know that when you're doing this cross-dressing thing, you are teaching the kids the bad way. I'm like, no, I don't think there is anything wrong, in doing that. So most people receive it well, and that's the people I actually care about.
Yeah. I know that, I think my next question will be about the messaging. Because, obviously there's been an argument on when a man plays a woman or plays the role of a woman, and then people will be like, well, you can't do it, or you're overdoing it more than, the women who are biologically the person, the gender. So when it comes to cross-dressing in comedy, were you afraid of the messaging? Like, what are the messages that you're going to send out as that male character that would not perhaps sit well with the male gender? Did you ever cross your mind?
I know, yes, it did. At first, I was thinking about it that, I hope it doesn't look like I'm making caricature of men, so I was very conscious to play it like to the comedy side, enough for people to know that some of these things are not real. I'm just exaggerating it, or I'm trying to just make it look funny. So I get it. I understand why people might think that it is not like a good influence, or most people might, speak bad about it. But honestly, it still boils down to it is comedy. as long as I try not to over-sexualize the character, because I think that's where the problem comes in, when you over-sexualize it, and it will not be like you're just, everything you're saying is about sex with this character. Because sometimes I think that's where the problem is in cross-dressing. Most people tend to over-sexualize it, and that's where the problem is. So I try as much as possible to not make the character about sex, about relationship. I try to give the character flavor, give it other type of humor and all that. So I know the line, and I try. Oh, my line. I know the line I put. I try not to cross it.
Right.
Yep.
All right. What can I ask? Okay. The next thing will be, how will I make this sound? I will just be as direct as possible. Has the issue of your sexuality been questioned because of the character that you play as a man? Because sometimes I think that's what the male character feel. When they play too much of a female character, they get to be like, this guy, how straight is he? How this and that? So we are in a society where, unfortunately, it's illegal, right? You could be imprisoned for just being who you are. And so when you're playing that, sometimes it used to be like, you need to toe this line very carefully, else you have the law on you. So did it bother you? Have you thought about it?
I mean, yes.
Is this something you want to advise other people who are doing it? Be like, okay, maybe you need to calm down a bit.
Oh, no. I mean, if this is show business, you already know what you're trying to do. I mean, I get girls who, send me DM and say, oh, I love your Alika character. Alika is my crush. Nothing serious, but I've gotten people who have told me, oh, you look so fine when you're a guy. It's so nice. I don't know. I'm just speaking for me. I haven't gotten that, over-sexualization or interest in my sexuality from people. I mean, if people ask me, I'll clearly let them know, that I am straight, by the way. And can we scrap that?
No, but it's what it is. You are straight.
No, I can't believe that I'm saying that in Nigeria. I've never been put in a position where I have to say I'm straight
or not. Yeah.
Or not.
Yeah.
But I just have to say that because it will look like I'm going around the table. So I'm straight, by the way. But I don't mind when, girls fancy me in that character. I mean, I'm flattered.
It's simply that you're doing a good job.
Yes, I'm just flattered. It's not something for me to think that, oh, I'm leading anybody astray. No. Why would your body be jumping up because I'm a man? Look at yourself.
Just simple as that. If I'm looking at someone like for example Tao, for example, who has a lot of characters. She plays a dad, she plays a mom, she plays that the kid who's the man. Right. So do you think that Nigerians or content, the word that comes to my head now is content eaters, but content consumers are selective with who they throw those kind of aspirations on?
Yes, they are.
And why?
I mean, I think if it's Gabbie.
Gabbie,
I think it is when it comes to the male gender.
Right.
Yes, I must be straight with that. I don't think female, content creators get bashed, a lot because of playing the male character. But for the male, because people's minds are corrupt, and when they think of this, they think of another thing. So I think that's why they, people are just so sensitive. They come up with lines like, our children are watching, we don't want them to think that this is normal. But if your child is watching, you can also see that it is funny. You can also see this uncle is a brother, he's just trying to make us laugh. Or better still, take your children out from the internet and not let them watch it. I think the male people get it worse because Nigerian will be hypocrites. We like anyone, if na woman they do it good in that aspect, but if na man they do good, you say this uncle is like you are. So I think the male counterpart get it worse, and they are selective. They like Tauma, is their favorite. They will not bash her. She makes them laugh. So I don't think anybody will want to come and tell her, stop this.
Sometimes, look, I feel like it's because she's a bit more rounded, like with her content. So like, it looks more like family-oriented content.
Hey, yes,
than Angelica or something of those that
Oh
nature.
yes, that one said.
I also feel like, you know, the society usually, because they usually classify comedians, especially here in our area, like Cameroon, Nigeria, Ghana. They always classify them as they are not intelligent. They always feel like they do have sense. So you went and did that one, like the last job that you possibly found, and then you're doing. Now, when the rise of skit makers and, you know, putting out quite intelligent content, yeah, if you're looking at it, okay, societal issues, you know, marital issues, they touch on things that actually affect our daily lives, and then they will be like, okay, this is not as dumb as I possibly can. But I think there's a large part of our society that forget that comedy is actually it's for intelligent people. It's not for dumb, like, you know, just dull people. So, but they forget that. So they always see the character as you're hiding something, just like they feel like you're using comedy to hide
You real you.
Your real you. I mean, maybe some people are using it to hide their real you.
I mean, have you ever thought like for any content creator that more the way you eat this female roll off. Like, even I can do that. Like.
I do. But, you know, because I watch a lot of RuPaul Drag Race.
Yeah.
I can say that, right? I watch a lot of RuPaul Drag Race. I don't feel any type of way,
Right.
you know, with it. I like drag queens. Yes, Nigerian girls. They go drag me. But I like drag queens. So if I see it, it doesn't make me feel any type of way. You understand? I feel like skit, you have to differentiate it and know that, oh, this is not Nollywood movie. This is not Netflix movie. This is just something that will make you laugh for like 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and you move on with your life. So I think people should stop putting, what's the question again?
Creators in the box. No. I mean, we're pretty much just, I had said, you know, do you feel like...
Oh, I was on point. But what was your question, please?
My question was, do you think that people see comedians as they are hiding something behind the comedy?
Okay, I already answered that I think that some people are hiding something behind, but it's not of me to say. I've gotten a message from somebody. There is a guy that uses my Flora content, 222, when I started doing my Flora. So he started wearing wigs, started doing Flora makeup. So after a while, I had noticed him, you know, like he used to do my content. He reached out to me and said that, you know, that my content made him come out to be who he, you know, he really is. That he likes to play, you know, dress up with, you know, female clothes, but he has always been feeling somehow about it. But since he started doing Flora, that people don't take it so serious. People are so okay with it. So for a person like that, you know, that his real motive, he get what's in, is not really him. But yes, but he uses Flora to express, like, yes, to express.
That was making me feel really proud.
If you, I'm like, I didn't even know what to say. I didn't want to say the wrong thing. I didn't want to make the wrong comment that would make him feel any type of way. I just told him, anything that makes you happy, just keep doing it, be you. But see me, feel me? Proud mama. I feel like RuPaul.
That's my child. That's my daughter. I love it. I really do. So for someone who, for a creator who's about to start, who hasn't started, and honestly, they want to niche their niche. What they want their niche to be would be, you know, cross-dressing in the sense that I don't want to. I mean, if it's a guy, for example, I don't want to be a guy in the content. I want to be a girl in the content. If it's a girl, I don't want to be a girl in the content. I want to be a guy in the content. And the person is Nigerian and lives in Nigeria. What would your advice be? Sincerely. Yes.
I mean, this is the thing. People are no more creative with the female niche anymore. Most times, they just fall under the same thing we've already seen before. And I think that's the problem. Even if you want to, you know, act like a woman in your skit, be different. I don't want to see Zikaluma in you. I don't want to see Flora in you. Because I noticed that too, but I don't want to see that in you. I want to see something fresh. And I think that's the problem. For me, it is not that I don't, you know, want people to cross-dress or, you know, but I think you should come up with something original. You shouldn't go back to
the usual.
Yeah. Yes, you cannot, and if you're Yoruba, you now want to behave like, Taoma. So that's where the thing, just makes me feel some type of way. Yes, I'm like, if you want to be a woman, you don't need to put nyash like Zeke and chew chewing gum like Zeke. Give us something else. And I also want to say that there are like, a large range of things you can do with cross-dressing. But sometimes they just stick to the akuna part. You understand? They'll just say, I'm a woman, man wants me, I be a shower, I be this. And that's the problem. You can do other things with women, Women, we are so versatile. You can be a nail technician that's gossip everybody nail. You can do something. You can be a policewoman. You can be a road trafficker. You can be washing toilets with different kind of character. You don't have to pick up what people are already doing and still do it. It's just like, okay, we've seen that.
And that goes down to you. That adds up to what you earlier said. Because once I see that, I see Zeke does a lot of a lot of stuff. And once I see like it becomes too many, then that's when the female gender gets a problem. Because like, the only thing these men are doing is insult me. That's not who I am.
I know.
That's not the way I think. That's not the way I date. That's not the way.
Women who think like that. But there are few men who think like that.
Actually, women who do think like that.
They don't feel that's not the way they behave, or
that behave that way.
No, of
and that's what
course
makes it
now.
funny.
Because he's a man, he can exaggerate it any way he wants it.
That's what I was asking. I earlier asked you about the messaging. Because if you said don't hate the messenger, or you hate the message, whatever this. So it was not be like, but this is the guy, right? And he's exaggerating this thing. This is not the way we behave. This is not the way. So some women will feel hurt. Not because they don't like you or that's the person, but they feel like that character mocks who they are. You get what I'm saying?
I get you. Again, it still goes back to comedy. Now laugh, everybody won't laugh. You get some message where even women, they portray about men. If I do your character, if I do a man's character, there are some things that guys will say, oh, that's not how it works. But I'm not a man. And the man is not a woman. He cannot get it well. And sometimes, the funny thing is that we women, we don't know how we behave till another person imitates us. We might be there thinking, no, I don't do that. And when another person imitates you, the person is doing all extra. Sometimes you don't really know yourself. Now another person will tell you who you really be. So, yeah, I know women that are very extra. I know women that do the most. And I don't think, I just have a problem with how they don't have any, other points of view aside the sexual point of view. That's the only part I just have problem. I mean, there are other things you can do. You don't have to stick to woman and man,
Yeah. So do you think, because now we see a lot of, this one now is like transition, from the skit comedy to actual film. I've seen some Nigerian comedians move from the little skit things that they used to make, which was funny and brilliant, and now they actually like future movies. They're becoming like actors and acting different things, or sometimes act what they used to do in the skit. How would you assess the growth of the maybe comedy industry so far?
I'm actually biased when it comes to that. Yes, because I believe that Flora will do so well on TV because I'm an actor. I know how to balance, being in my character as a skit maker and balancing it for TV. I must put that out there. So that's why I say I'm biased, because some people flop. Yes, I think sometimes I feel like skit making, comedy is a talent. Some people have it, some people don't. And sometimes when you take them out of their comfort zone, where they control what they do, they are the one that writes their script, they cannot stand strong. It's almost like you're giving them TV rules and they're coming there with a skit mentality. So it just makes everything look tacky sometimes. It's like, what are you doing? This is not a skit. Like, they over-exaggerate it sometimes, which for skit, it can pass because you're trying to make people laugh. But for movie, you're trying to tell a story. You're trying to make it relatable to life. When you overdo it, and I have to see you for 1 hour.
So you feel like certain characters should remain as minute as they are and not be expanded?
No, how can you skit making is not minute?
No, what I mean is,
They should remain on social media.
Social media, stick to the 1 minute, to 2 minutes, to 3 minutes, as against, you know, having you in a full blown, yes.
I mean, you should work on yourself if you want to go, if you want to do big, work on yourself, understand that you don't have to over exaggerate when it comes to television. So if you work on yourself, why not? But if you haven't, don't think that, oh, it's Skit making, it's just acting. And, you know, we'll go run them now, sharply, what be the lines? Okay, make I mix them, do them. No. I still use tacky as the word. It's just somehow. If I can see you 15 minutes, fine. But if I have to,
speaking more than one thing,
and you're not you know,
evolving.
yes, you're not changing it. I'm not seeing the range. You're still sticking to one range. You're still trying to be funny so hard. Sometimes you don't need to be funny. You have to lay back. Just bring out your character in another form, but it will still work. But when you're trying to hit comedy, you're trying to drop punchline, you just end up looking
somehow
one kind. I must say.
Yeah. So do you think that money is a factor? I mean, people have my money, right? So there's been like an influx of content creators recently, and a lot of them are cross-dressing. Yeah. Do you think it's because of the type of affluence that these established content creators like yourself show from content that has to do with cross-dressing? Because I was with somebody, right, recently, an established actor, and we're just gisting about content creation in general. I was telling her how I think I love some of her alter egos. She doesn't do male alter egos, to be fair, but like she does like really funny alter egos, like older women and things like that. And I told her how I really, really, really enjoy, you know, some of them. And she said, that there's one particular one that's like a cash cow, and that's why she always, in fact, brands request for that particular alter ego, even when she feels like she doesn't need to use that alter ego. But they're like, no, we want that one, and that's who we're paying for, right? So do you think that could also be a reason why it's almost like everybody's cross-dressing?
I mean, yes, you cannot dispute that fact, because most people, I've heard people talk to me and say, oh, I want to start Skit. Should I cross-dress? Will it make me start getting views fast? Me, I think it's because of the money too, and because some people don't even know what to do. Because if you know what you are doing, if you understand this, I don't think you would, the first thing that will come to your mind is cross-dressing. I think other idea will come. Cross-dressing might just be one thing you can do inside. So I think it's a lazy job, and these people want fast money, you know, make my view go up. Zika no man na cause all this thing. Zika no man na cause all this thing. Zig go buy house, Zig go buy Benz, Zig go buy. Why they no go? They do female, because no, we telling you it's like now the woman own, and they walk past, in the hot path. Bless now, which I go do now. Which character you just say make I do now? Like pipe down. So I think yes, and you won't blame them. There's poverty in the land. When you see something is working, people don't want to stress their brain to think of something else.
Let us go there.
Why not use this? It's not broken. Like so, they follow the sheep. So I think that's the problem.
Let's talk about the power of collaboration, right? There's been lots of conversation around collaboration and the reason for collaboration, right? I've been around content creators and you hear things. I mean, even as a content creator, I get this message a lot, right? Oh, I want to collaborate with you. And I've been privy to speak to some content creators, and you get this, and I'll be like, someone use me blue. Someone use me blue. You know, say if you follow me, do content, and Instagram has made it worse, I can collaborate with you. And it's easier for the viewers, because who is this new guy that for him to be doing content with Miz Gabbie, that means it's good. I'll follow him. Do you get what I mean? So there's this hold back from except creators who are on the same level. They can create, because I mean, what do I have to lose? You're big and big, that kind of thing. But like when it comes to, you know, just creating with young people, up and comers, giving them your platform and things, there's always just like conversation around it. So my question would be, do you think that it's important for established quote-unquote content creators to collaborate? I'm using that word on purpose, with young and upcoming creators, if not for anything, for posterity's sake? Do you think is important?
I mean, it's important, but yes, it's very important. Just personally for me, because of sometimes I've gotten some kind of rejection in a bad and negative way, where some people say, like a popular content creator said, oh, that's a primitive content.
Jesus.
They
Is that for you?
didn't say it to me, but the person classifying me and another person can say the content we create is primitive. And I understand why he no shoot with me when I been reach out to Ram.
Okay.
Because I reached out to him, he refused to. So I just understood that that's it. But I won't blame them at this point. You know, some people don't want to. They feel like they've built their brand. They feel like they've, pushed themselves to a certain level. And when they go and watch, sometimes I think the problem is when you go and watch the person that wants to collaborate with you, you see the person is a very lazy content creator. You want to collaborate with somebody and the character the person is portraying is so similar to yours. You feel me? Sometimes I don't mind, but most times I take a step back because it's so similar
to what I do already.
Yes, and sometimes you end up saying my words, and it's not like I feel bad about it, but I want you to stand on your own, and I want to also stand on my own because I'm also building myself. I'm not there yet.
Similar. What's the essence of the collaboration?
Yes.
The first thing, yes. Like,
There are some people that imitate Sabinos, imitate
Shaggy.
Yes, imitate this. I don't know how to collaborate with those people when I know this niche is not theirs. So sometimes I think one of the problem why people don't collaborate anymore is because people lack originality. So you want to collaborate with somebody that when they collaborate, say, oh, the person sounds like Z Kaloma. Oh, the person they sound like this. No. But if the person is fresh, good, you know what you're doing, wallahi, content creator will jump on them. That one a lie. They will jump on it. You know, see that guy where he go the waka, don't forget his name, that wears red and papa's cap.
Yes, that guy.
Yes,
Go.
Mr. Funny, Funny Bros. Funny Bros. Yes. People will jump on that guy because he just came up with his own thing.
Yeah.
Yes, but most time people will say, okay, I want to collaborate with you. You go and check the collaboration, their TikTok sound user, and you ask them, okay, so what are we doing? I don't know. Can you come up with something? Oh, yes. I tell you, if you can come up with something, I'm very good. So people are not precise anymore. If I come with my good content, I send the person my script. I tell the person, say, okay, see my script. See, I have a location. Please go through it. I will go through it. And bigger people too, then they go through one safe, I believe. But most time when they read them, it's so cliche. You're trying to do exactly the same how another person is doing. You just don't want to associate with those kind of people. That's what I think the problem is. Then some people now just say they know, they're their level. Yes. Because some people, they will call you for collab to come and shoot with them, but when you call them, they don't come. So I just told myself, I don't do that anymore. If I call you for my shoot, you don't come. If you call me for your own, I won't come. Even if you are big, even if you will help my life. Now God, they help life. I know they do that one again.
So this year, I think there was a new category that was included at the AMVCs, which were to really highlight the creativity that you guys do, like skit comedy and all of that, content creation online. And that was really brilliant because, I mean, the creativity that we see is just, I'm just like, wow, but how did that make you feel?
Like, I don't think I say I want to start fire to fire so that they must nominate me next year.
Amen.
Yes, so it's a very good category. You know, most times people started respecting, skit makers because they started posting their house and cars that they buy. Yeah. Normally, on a normal day, they don't go really think, say, make them put them for AMVCA. So I'll just say we are doing good. They are trying, our pioneers. The people that were here before us, they are giving us a good name.
They're
the pioneers, they are there. So they are helping us. They are pushing our name to the further. So I know it's a good thing. It just makes us feel seen, appreciated, valued, and it's a good thing. Yeah, and shout out to AMVCA.
What do you think is the future of content creation? I know that years before now, we didn't think that YouTube was going to be a thing. I mean, content creators now went on YouTube and are making series. Kiki has a whole thing that she does on YouTube, different type of content. But Shaggy has that, and the likes. You have that as well. So beyond that, do you ever see? Because I think about these things, right? And I think that it takes one person to champion this move, right? I mean, now we have a whole award show for just comedy, and at the AMVC, like she said, there's a whole category. Do you ever see content creators do work that can be put on streaming platforms like on Netflix or Prime or Hulu and all these places? Like, what do you see? in the future?
Yes. Like, firstly, before you see anything for future, are you ready to put in the work now? Because if it's with what is going on now, memale, are not really nude. Because I feel like we need to also put in, the work if we want to transition into something bigger, But right now, the way content creators, they hustle like this, hey, Netflix go hear word. If they enter Netflix like
Well,
this,
I go do.
Hollywood no go see space.
I'm telling you.
Oh, me, I'm seeing them take over. I just hope it's a good takeover. I just hope it's they're not going to make caricature of that platform because I know they are coming there. They are coming with full force. So I just hope that they do, they put in their, the work, they do their homework, and produce something good. But I know they're going to a big platform. I know very soon there will be Skit maker cinema movie. Yes, it's coming soon. I know that for a fact. So I see them doing big things. I just hope they are doing it well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last question that I have for you would be, because I come from Cameroon.
Oh.
So when we're talking about collaborations, I just had collaborations within Nigeria. So have you guys seen, like, okay, step out, see other, maybe I think Uganda has, like, comedians that are one or two that I know, South Africa has, perhaps there are other countries in Africa that, put in a lot of efforts in trying to make it. So do you see beyond the borders of Nigeria to collaborate?
Yes. I've done something with Liberian, content creator, Mama Liberian. I've done something with Caro from Cameroon. Yes. I've done something with somebody from Zimbabwe. Yes, V from Zimbabwe. So I'm always open. I'm very open to, content creators outside of Nigeria. It's just that we never really get money to go abroad, that place, go stay there, constantly collaborate. But I'm planning that to, going to Cameroon, going to Zimbabwe, going to South Africa, collaborating with other, collaborators there.
That's opening
collaborating with other
comedy tours.
Comedy collaborators. Yes. I know it's something that most content creators want to do. Yes, I know, and I'm very open to it. Yeah.
Beautiful. I mean, it's been a great conversation so far, and I think that pretty much we've answered the question, talked about the topic, and even extra. But then this is us saying thank you, Gabbie, for being here and for throwing light in the right places.
Thank you.
We appreciate you. We hope to say, big things for me. I know that Nollywood is you're really you've been acting a lot this period, and I know that it's taken a toll on your content, but we want to see more Gabbie content.
Yeah, she coming, Floxy coming, full force.
Great work. All right, that's pretty much it. Please do also follow Gabbie on socials and YouTube as well. She has a YouTube channel. Also follow us here at the Freaky Table on social media. The handles on your screen. Follow me, follow Joan, and until we come here again, it's bye for now.
Now give me close up. Now, the camera they come close to me at this point, right?
Give me a close up.